Hello everyone and welcome to the Edmonds Racing Preview Show. It's just the two of us today because Toby and a big team of runners are headed north for another, what's hoping to be a successful Rocky Raid, and the team's arrived safely up there.
A little bit of Dr. Evil and Mini-Me, just the two of us, Austin Power fans. No, team arrived safely up there. Left 3 o'clock Wednesday morning. It's a formula that we've used successfully in the past couple of years. Get them up there a couple of days early and just let them settle in. And they're all up there, the 7 loaded on the float early Wednesday morning, travelled beautifully, ate, drunk well. So looking forward to a very good day, 2 days of racing. Yeah, well, there's a big team. And I was going to say, do you need a glass of water? Because you're doing the full preview and this is probably the biggest contingent of runners for some time. Ooh, yeah. No. You can get through? I should be sweet. I should be good, I hope. Well, before we get into the runners... Call for the runner later on, just in case. Yeah. Before we get into the runners, let's recap another winning week, and that was Connolly, who broke his maiden on the home track. Yes, I tipped Bonnie Gigi. I was going to remind you about that if you didn't bring it up. No, I bring it up. Cop the losses as good as the wins. You have to. Sometimes the loss is worse. No, well, look, she got a tongue over the bridle, that filly, and looked like she was going to present and let rip, but when they get their tongue over the bridle, they can't function properly. Their breathing goes. So she'll be wearing a tongue tie next start, and I knew we were in danger. As soon as we put the bridle on her, after saddling her up, she was stuffing around with her tongue. And you had a feeling she was not good. But anyway, he was great, and it was good to see him. It was a very soft win. Callow, boom, straight there to the spot. Controlled the race from where he was in the run. And to be fair, it really never looked like he was going to get beaten. It's very soft. He said he didn't even give him one with the stick. He just slapped him up the shoulder once and didn't even have to get serious on him. So that was good effort. The owners have been patient. Obviously, he has had a fairly long preparation and we had to sort of ease off on him when he got sick. And then I think I mentioned the Dolby run. He pulled up pretty ordinarily and his bloods were out of whack. But he was back to his normal self, and it was just good to see him do that. I think he's a horse that's going to end up in a set of blinkers, and that's fine. If we can try and find another race maybe on the Poly in the next couple of weeks, he'll make his presence felt again. He's pulled up well from it, and it was just good to see him do what we thought he could do sort of a couple of runs previous, and he's had genuine excuses. Yeah, well done to the Archer Park team there with that win, and speaking of syndicates, you also had the My Runners team on course here on Tuesday morning to watch the Star Turn Divergence colt, with some owners and prospective owners, and good morning with the team there. It was great, pity the weather wasn't too kind. However, we were in the perch and then the Turf Club put on a small breakfast and some coffee and juice and whatnot out the back, so that was awesome. To meet some new faces and basically give them a rundown of ownership, how we train the horse or how we're prepping the younger horses. They're obviously 2 in a couple of weeks' time. He's quite a nice colt at what we thought was a fairly cheap price when we bought him in conjunction with the My Runners team. He's matured a stack in this preparation. He's up and galloping and he's quite forward on his breeding. You wouldn't have thought that he would have been up into the bridle and sort of showing as much as he does. I'm not saying he's a star or anything, but it's only early days. It's only early days. He's been educated beautifully. We give him his first sort of short gallop up the running the other day and he worked up really nicely and done everything correct. So he's on an upward trajectory, and I love this time of year educating the babies. It's awesome. Yeah, well, they're all about to turn 2, aren't they? So this is where it all starts, and you get to know a little bit more about their abilities. So they're all undefeated at this stage as well. That's right. It's an exciting time. So hope the My Runners team and some of those prospective owners enjoyed the day out on Tuesday. All right, well, let's not muck around because there's a few to get through. Rocky Friday, we'll be doing our best to get the show out to everyone before the runners hit the track. Mission to Win kicks things off second up here, and better suited by the step up to the 1300 and the firmer surface? Yes, longer, straight, bigger circumference track gives him time to organise himself because he's a bit tricky. we've put blinkers on as well. His work's been super sharp, so if this goes out before the race, then all good. I expect him to win. If he doesn't win, I'd be extremely disappointed. So not a great deal else to add. He'll be right on speed and let the blinkers do their work. And if he got beaten, I'd be pretty cranky.
Okay, lots of confidence around Mission to win there. All right, well, Boho Beauty's another one who's in form, chasing back-to-back wins after a dominant performance at this track last start, and just has to step up. Similar race, isn't it? Similar grade, just has to step up to the 1400.
Yeah, that's right. She ran out the 13 the other day strongly, so 14 I don't think's any problem. She's raced her way into peak fitness and form. Good confidence building win last start, and she maintained a good gallop. Will bang forward. She'll lead. I would suggest if anything tries to lead her, they're going too fast. Going up in weight, but she deserves that for winning basically the same race a couple of weeks ago. New form line with one of Golan's in it, Dramatica, going up there. But our mare's in super shape. Worked during the week. Scott Galloway rode her, worked beautifully. Really happy with her. So wide barrier, no real concern. Good run to the first turn. She'll roll across, lead, and prove pretty hard to run down, you'd think.
Hopefully a carbon copy of the other day.
Exactly the same as the other day, it'd be good, yep.
Okay, all right, and the final runner on the Rocky Friday meetings, Call Me Marilyn, who was entered for a couple of races Friday, Saturday, but you've elected to go from this one, even though she does have to contend with a wide draw, so obviously looks better placed in this one, and obviously another one that won here last start. Yeah,
we just thought that barrier 11, going back to the 1100 in the 3-year-old handicap was no good. Could we have run in the Capricorn Guineas? Yes, but she drew 6 and she was going up to 1500. We decided to go the weaker option, or what we think is the weaker option of the 3. Short price favourite in it. However, I think that's deceptively short. It was a 12-start maiden before it went up there, and it won a maiden by 7.5 lengths or something, but it was a very, very ordinary field. So even though our filly's $9, I think those two will probably fight it out. The favourite of Nick Walsh's is drawn inside her. It'll roll forward, put itself up there on speed. We'll be outside it. She'll come back underneath Martin and let rip at the right time. Good chance to repeat the dose again. Just needs to get across without doing a great deal of work. If we can get that card across with the favourite, put her to sleep, and have last crack, then she's going well enough to suggest that she can win again.
All right, sounds like it could be a big start to day one of the Rocky Carnival for Team Edmonds. So, as we said, we'll be doing our best to get this out to everyone before these runners take their place. All right, Rocky Day 2, Golden Glamorous. The flashy Golden Glamorous drops back in grade from Saturday Metro level, which obviously that'll suit, and it performed well second up last time, like from the improvement from first up to second up.
Yeah, for sure. Same kind of thing. We needed to get a run into her at Ipswich the other day. She was a bit big and burly. She's tightened up since then. Mark Duplessis rode her on that occasion, didn't really knock her about. Had an option to run in the maiden or the 2-year-old handicap. We decided to wait for Saturday. There's 6 runners or something, so if she can roll to the front like she did at Ipswich when Jim Byrne rode her, have a pretty soft sectional, there's no reason as to why she can't give a good kick. If they run her down, then so be it. But she is going a lot better than she did before her first up run, and she's a fair bit fitter as well, so all is good there. Just need to see her do it.
Okay, well, good luck to the ladies involved with Golden Glamorous. Next runner, Cordyceps Miracle, who returns from a freshen up and as a result drops back to the 1500. How's Cordyceps going to handle that?
Well, I'm hoping well. He's had a long preparation. However, we've freshened him up with this race in mind. There was 2 ways we could have gone: the 22 100-metre race or this one, and we just decided to freshen him back up. That race that he ran 4th in town, the Class 1 2,000-metre race, Faulkner Park won it, and it's come out and won twice on Saturdays in Sydney. But we just thought that he had every chance to run that journey, and he was a shade disappointing, so we just thought training him a bit different, short, sharp gallops, freshen, and attack this race in the Rocky Carnival. He's drawn beautiful and soft. We'll bang him out and put him as close as we can, as comfortable as possible, and providing he runs to his work, then I see no reason as to why he can't run a big race. It's quite hard sort of giving horses a long preparation, then stopping, freshening up, and then trying to go again. So that's my only concern. However, he's shown no signs at home that he's sort of on the downhill slope, if you know what I mean. He still eating well. His work's been good enough for a race like that. So hopefully the freshen up works and he can get the job done. It's he's drawn a soft gate and going to get every chance.
All right, very good. Some good context there around Cordyceps. Indian Dreamer, this is the big one, the Rocky Cup, 150,000. He's certainly in form and he's the favourite for the race. Nice barrier here for Martin Harley, barrier 4, and can he back it up?
Well, he drops in weight significantly. Master Jamie also drops in weight significantly, but our horse just gave them an absolute towel up the other day. The speed looks pretty good again. High pressure, barrier 4 for our bloke, all good. It's actually quite funny. Like he's 6 now and he's racing in the best form of his career. Steve Hargraves, when he was 4, he was one of the Lucky Clover guys. When he was a couple of seasons ago, he was running around in like class 3s at the midweeks and whatnot. He was adamant. He said, "Oh, we've got to get this horse to the Rockhampton Cup," and I actually pooed the idea.
You laughed at
him,
mate.
Like he's
Hags.
2 years ago this was, and he wasn't racing anywhere near as good. And so why don't we just try and take him through his classes and maybe win a Saturday race if we're lucky. And a couple of years down the track,
he's the favourite
for the Rocky Cup. So,
so he's a good judge, Hags. Then is that what we're saying?
Yeah. Yes. Correct. So anyway, he's going to get his chance. Carbon copy of last run would be good. Just needs to do everything right out of the barrier. Interesting comment from Martin during the week when he come and galloped him. He thought cantering to the barriers he wasn't going to jump, wasn't going to begin. And then he got him out and give him a really good send along to find a spot. They, hammered the speed on and he won as he liked. So I don't think we'll be getting up the fence again this time. I think we'll probably be scouting a bit deeper from that barrier. And anyway, as long as he has room, he'll let rip, and going down in weight like he is, you should see that bit of acceleration. We haven't done a great deal with him since he come back. It's only a 13-day turnaround between races, so he didn't need a great deal. Going up there on fresh legs, he's in super shape, and well, it's a race that the Lucky Clover guy's been targeting for 2 years with him now, hasn't it? So
there could be some scenes if he salutes.
They're going up there today, obviously, mission to win
today, yeah.
Indian Dreamer and Clover's Prince tomorrow. So, it could be hopefully a happy hunting ground 2 months in a row.
Could be a huge couple of days, and it could be a huge hour, because following race after the Rocky Cup is Clover's Prince. So
that's correct.
If there are celebrations, they'll have to quickly turn to then Clover's Prince, who lines up in a cutest 3-year-old handicap. Resuming here after 2 nice trials and won at midweek level last time in, so he's got ability.
Yeah, he did. And to be fair as well, even though he drew a lot wider in this race, he's only a pit pony, he's quite small. Carrying the 60.5 that he was going to be asked to carry in the Class 1050 wouldn't have suited, because he's only tiny. So we go to the handicap later in the day with 4 kilos less, and that just makes perfect sense. I would suggest he'll be wide in the run, 3 wide line sort of in the first half of the field, hopefully, and then get down the middle of the track. He's been prepped for this race day for a long time. That was always the plan, to take him up there first up, off the back of some good work and some trials. So I wish he drew a little bit softer, but he should have enough gate speed early to cross a couple at the very least, and then see where we end up. But it's imperative that you make a decision quickly. You've got to get out that 1,050 metre start. You're right on the corner, so bang, straight out, cross a couple of horses with less leg speed than you early, and then just ride your race from there. Try give him a breather for a couple of 100 metres and then let rip at the right time. He's in good shape, been prepped for it. I just wish he drew softer, and then I'd be really confident that he'd be able to run an absolute bottler. But wide barrier is going to make it a little bit tricky. We just need a tiny bit of luck early for him to be figuring in the finish.
Okay. All right. Well, they're the 7 Rocky runners. Good luck to the Lucky Clover team and everyone involved in the 7. On the home front, you're holding the fort with the 3 that are entered for closer to home anyway.
Yep.
Gold Coast Saturday Control KAOS returns here after tuning up with a 3rd in a recent trial.
Yeah, she just had a slight foot issue after her most recent run here, which was a fair while ago now. She's a mare that always finds problems. She's had some soundness issues the whole way through, suspensory bruising and whatever, so probably should have won that maiden here that day. On the poly, big wide run, took off very early. Les Kelly's horse has subsequently won 2 races after that, I think, so form from that's good. Heavy track at the moment at Bow Desert, but if we get a fine day, it'll get back to soft and she'll take a place, hopefully be close enough in the run and letting rip at the right time. She's due to win a race, and tomorrow we're hopeful that it's the day, but she's a run-by-run proposition because she's had so many issues. Obviously, she's nearly 5 and she's only had a couple of starts, so you know, we need to see her do it, basically.
Yeah, Bow Desert Cup Day, so big crowd building for Bowie Cup Day.
Day
the other runner on the program that's entered is Maroon Magic, but will require a few more scratchings and is also drawn 21.
Drawn the absolute car park. There's only 12 runners, so it might be something to think about if she gets a run. We've added blinkers, which I see as a big positive. She looks to me as though she's been desperate for them. If the track's rain affected, she is more than likely going to be a non-runner because she's ordinary on softer going. When she's on top of the ground, she's much better. I thought her run here the other day was okay. Probably could have been like a pair, like a length or so closer. I'm not saying she would have won the race, but she definitely finishes 2nd had she been a length closer in the run. Presented like she was going to let down and nearly win, and then just sort of petered away. So blinkers on, sharpen up, bang, straight out, hopefully lead or outside lead, and she can get the job done. I would be disappointed if she couldn't race well with the shades on. We just need a dry track.
Okay, and obviously a couple of scratchings.
Yes.
All right, and then we turn our attentions to Boca Sunday, either Grafton or the Sunny Coast. A few options
She's
there.
in everywhere.
Yeah, that's it. Several options to kick off her campaign. Trialled well, and what are we thinking?
Unsure where we go with her, but she's been fitted with blinkers, so I suppose that shows our intent. Notice that when she has been ridden a touch steady, she doesn't find a great deal and she looks disappointing. I thought at Eagle Farm the day that she resumed, she had every chance and popped out and done not a great deal, which was disappointing. But the maiden she won here when she beat that Enterprise horse of O'Day's, they cleared out and beat the rest by like 7 or 8 lengths or something. She set a good clip from the barrier and kept running. I think she might be taking after a mother, a bit of a fast-running, free-going filly. And if she can bounce out whichever way she goes, I would suggest at this stage we probably go to Grafton, but blinkers on. We obviously show her intent, bang out on speed. She's got a stack of speed when you want to use her, and if they run her down, then too good. But if we go to Grafton and the track's dry enough, I don't see her getting beaten.
All right, Trent could be on the road to Grafton on Sunday.
Big confidence.
Okay, big confidence. Well, there's lots of confidence around a lot of the runners, the 10 of them. Been in touch with Toby as we've been talking. He says he's got a best bet, but he hasn't told me what it is. So we'll do our best to once again put that up.
One of those ones where he multis like 6 of them up.
He could, who knows? I mean, yeah, he could be going all out.
Every time he does that, though,
maybe it's too many selections to put in a text message. But he says he's got one. He just hasn't told us what it is. So, which is pretty useful information.
Flash that up after the edit.
So total currently reads, you both bombed out last week, as you mentioned. Toby 17.35, Trent 13.20. So still in the black, so going well. But
we've only got a couple of weeks to go, don't we? The end of the season, and then the tally's all over.
Well, we started at the start of the calendar year, though, didn't we? So,
yeah, but I think we're just going to the end of the season.
Okay, all right. Well,
I've made that rule. I'm going to come with just a wet sail the last couple of weeks.
Okay. So, well, yeah, you've got 400 to chase, basically. So how are you going to do that this weekend?
Boca, wherever she goes. Whether it's Sunny Coast or Grafton, doesn't matter.
Okay, so save your cash for Sunday. but there are still some good chances Friday and Saturday.
Across the board, like we've got a
Yeah.
a really good, strong team of runners over the next 2 days, or 3 days, sorry. So if we can bag a couple of winners, that'd be amazing.
Surely.
The trainer's bonus at Rockhampton.
Yes, I did note this.
Is a big carrot.
25,000, is it?
20 grand. 20 grand to the trainer who has the most points at the end of the 2-day carnival, which is a 3-2-1 system.
Yep.
Last year we ran a very close second with only 7 runners. This year we've taken 7 back
again.
up there, and they seem to be good chances. So, you know, if we could pull that off, that'd be awesome. It's like winning a race worth 200,000 at the winner. So
true. And Toby will share that with you if you do happen to jag it, won't he? Halves, straight down the middle.
I hope so.
You haven't had that discussion yet. Oh, well, hopefully you get to have that discussion after Saturday night.
Correct.
All right, well, you've got your best bet. We'll throw Toby's up on the screen, and have a great weekend, everyone.